Didn't share the
No,
sound.
I did not share the sound.
Let's
Let's
stop and
stop.
start over. This is Chris.
This is Chrissy.
And I'm mental.
And we are Everyone Racers. Welcome to another Peugeot episode of our podcast. I know you're expecting this to be a worst version of the GM small block V8 at episode 305, but no, we're not wasting our time with a 305 because you really shouldn't. Like, they're the same price as a 350 and they're just worse. So anyway, yeah, we're not Dirty Mike and the boys. Apparently Gingerman Racers get that. I don't understand what Metal wrote there, but that's fine.
I will explain it. They have a 350 swapped RX-7 and it always blows up. And then they have to dig out their 305, which always finishes the race. So lately they've just started with the 305 and then they started turbocharging it because they want it to blow up and it won't.
Nice. Well, let's talk about better 305s, like the Peugeot 305. It was a medium-sized car produced by the French automaker from 1977 to 1989. It was offered as a four-door saloon, five-door estate, and as a three-door van derivative. Not rolling in your Pininfarina-styled mid-size French car? Well, probably not, because despite its massive success, only 76 of them were reported to be on Britain's roads by February 2016. Now, there's a stat for you. They're probably all in Africa by now, because somehow Peugeots all live on in Africa and do great, and they love them. Anyway, our bingo card probably has more different potential combinations than the number of Peugeots in Britain. That's real world consumer advice. So give it a shot. I know.
Thanks for that.
So,
interesting.
Aside not working on French cars, what are you working on, Mental?
As we were discussing before the show started recording, I am in Oxnard, California. I've been here since Sunday night. For those of you that are playing the home game, the Miata averaged 31.5 miles per gallon.
Whoa.
Running out here, mostly 80, but because I was going Sunday with the California traffic that's going back home from Vegas, I had some 40-mile-an-hour bumper stuff. Oxnard, lovely little town, several, little sleepy seaside kind of a place, not in a lot of hurry. Most things close here about 8 o'clock.
Wow.
They've got good seafood. And it was Monday night, I did the most middle-aged thing ever. So I went and got some dinner at Neptune's Net, which I always try to go to. It's right down the road, Malibu. And driving home during sunset, I put the top down on the Miata and then just drove down the Pacific Coast Highway in my midlife crisis sports car with the top down.
That sounds lovely.
Nothing wrong with that at all. That's fantastic.
No, that's awesome.
I recognize
Why is that
was
middle age?
I don't know, but I recognize that I was fulfilling some sort of stereotype. I did post that on the Instagram. So if you're interested, you can go see the sun reflecting off the hood of my strangely clean Miata, because I actually bothered to wash it before I came down here.
Wow, that too. What?
What? That's what worries me more than anything else is you wash the car.
Oh, I didn't want to be, screaming across the desert looking like a punk.
Oh,
you're better about it than Jeff, but not a whole lot.
Fair.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. Well, great.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I got.
Okay. Chris and I went to the beach this weekend, and which was lovely. We had a nice day. Came home early to do race prep. So that's what we'll be talking about this today, but we had a lot to do because we haven't been doing anything, and I kind of stuck up on us because we were all over the place this summer and just forgot that there was a race coming. Not forgot that there was a race coming. Remember there was a race coming, but forgot that we had a whole lot to prep and pack. But we're doing well. We leave tomorrow, so all's well.
Yep, trailer is all packed. Cars in the trailer. Car is running. Car doesn't need anything that I'm aware of. Mazda, it has a new tune on it that fortunately, really the biggest thing I wanted to do was lower the fan control, ECU controlled fan speed down to 200. That seems to be working, so that's nice. It'll help it run a little cooler. And so aside from loading everything, I mean the trucks have as packed as we can make it right now. Everything else is good. Even make sure to check the trailer lug nuts and pressures. That's for Bill. So you remember to do that before you do any significant
Great
trip. That's good.
idea.
Yep.
Well, and also
Also,
the Lemons wrap-up
Top
video
tip.
for HPR showed up. And while they were the mini features of the two of you judging, they also mentioned the team that was bringing two cars and lost one of their trailers on the way to the racetrack to exactly that
Oh.
problem.
the bummer.
have-
Let's
I
try to
watched the
avoid that.
video.
Yep. So what else did I do? So the back door in our trailer, the loading door, when it opens, it sits in those little rubber bumpers. And our car has these, some previous owner put these aluminum flip up ramps that flip over to drive up onto the door instead of like the piece of plywood that most of them have. Problem is the ramps are taller than the door itself. So over time, that has really beat up the hinges and caused the screws that hold those on to pull out. So I was either going to have to cut down these ramps, which are nice TIG welded diamond plate, or I said, maybe I can space up the door bumpers. And I checked with some wood around and looks like it was about 3/4 inch. Well, I found a piece of scrap 1x, cut it into pieces, unscrewed the door bumpers, screwed the 1x in place. This is a test because the 1x isn't going to last forever, but I'm sure if it works well, it's going to stay on for quite some time until I maybe take them off with some epoxy on it or something so they hold up. But anyway, this is a test to see how it works. The car loaded up great with it. So that is a potential solution that I am excited about if it continues to work. Now, also had to move the Corvette. It was in front of the Mazda. I couldn't get Mazda out of the garage. The Corvette, I put a battery, the battery got dead over the winter, even though I had a maintainer on it. So then I put the good battery charger on it. And lo and behold, it started when I was bringing it out of storage garage a month ago. I put the battery maintainer back on, a different one, and it wouldn't start. Like the key, electricity came on. As soon as you turn the key, nothing. So I put the good charger on it for a few days. Same problem, nothing. So for those of you who ever had a C4 Corvette, the batteries are a pain in the butt.
Oh my gosh.
To get out because
Somebody
they're
saw
on
a
the
little
side.
space and said, you know what would
Yeah.
fit right here? Just like right there.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
You have to undo a body
It's
panel
fine.
under the hood side and take the cruise control actuator off and stuff to get it out. Anyway, Napa warranty, so it didn't cost me much to replace and back in. And now the Corvette all is well, fortunately. So now it can operate again. So I can actually hopefully, finally take pictures and sell it because it's just been sitting here because we've been gone. Haven't had time to sell it.
Did you say that you had to move it? We had to move it to get the car out. Did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was blocking the Mazda in.
Right.
So it's a good excuse
we
to
had
do so.
to move it.
And I did. And the other thing I did is I used the tool that Chrissy got me for Christmas. It was on our Christmas shopping list. The amp meter that you plug into the automotive fuses to see where power drains are. And I found a power drain in this car. The only one that was pulling any power was the courtesy and clock one, which is the one that leaves the lights on for a while after you shut the door. Well, it turns out there's a module and those modules can go bad. So that's
and it would
before
look
going bad. I have no idea what I'm going to do about it, but I have narrowed it down to that so I can pull that fuse when I'm not driving the car. Anyway,
like wire a switch to it. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Whatever. Nice to know. That's it.
I did actually snap this shot. This is really for my co-host than anyone else. This is yesterday or Monday driving home. So
lovely.
That's a lovely shot of the sun.
Yes.
About to go behind the mountains and the PCH with a Miata hood, which you can tell because the little way the fenders kick up on the edges.
Absolutely. All right.
Yep.
So
fantastic.
yeah.